Hi, hopefully this is working. We're going to find out in just a second to see if this is actually, ooh, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed the cameras are going to work today. I've had to play around with them and I updated some bits late last night and stuff, so I'm hoping that this is going to work, my loves. Happy Thursday. I don't normally do a Thursday, do I? But Sarah's got her granddaughters today, so you got me instead. What was I going to say? Hi Carolyn. We are going to do a block. This is, I don't think we've done this one. I made this into a quilt about 15 years ago. I used like flamingo fabrics and all. I don't think I've ever quilted it. I think it's still a quilt top. But, oh no, that's flashing, isn't it? That is flashing, definitely. Oh, I hope not. There is going to be a little bit of noise because my builder's still working, but I've shut all the doors, so hopefully it'll be fine. Hi, Lindy Lou. But anyway, we're going to crack straight on because I'm going to do some cutting with you as well. Okay, so hi, Jean. Hi, Nikki. Hello, my darlings. There was something else I was going to tell you. We've had the new June Taylor binding in. So if you've used the June Taylor Sash in a Dash, we've had the binding in now that matches it. It's not on the website yet, but I will get it on the website this afternoon and I'll post a little link to it. So if you love the Sash in a Dash and you've used it before, it's a great way for doing Quilt As You Go if you don't want to struggle with the machine, a quilt through machine. Then we've now got the new binding as well. Okay, but I'll put a link up later on the website. Hi Nikki, hi Jean, hello my darlings. Right, so let's go over here. Oh, what was that? No, don't do that. Don't do that. Hopefully I'm over here. Hopefully this is working. Right, okay. So this is the block we're going to do. Okay, so I've called it woven together. It's the whole idea is it's supposed to look like it's all like interlinked and crossing over. Can you see like down on this one that it looks like they're crossing over and under each other. I've really got to get this camera lifted up, haven't I? It's too close now. Now I've changed the camera. It's got a much smaller field. I need it to be out so you guys can see it. But you can get an idea, okay, like this. This is amazing for a jelly roll, okay? So this is the bit that we're going to actually do today. Okay, we're going to make this little bit and you basically make 4 of exactly the same and then they go together, which I'll show you at the end. Okay. Hi Denny, how are you, lovely? Thanks for joining us. So we're going to make this little block and then show you how they go together. But it's very, very easy and it's brilliant because it's all 2.5 inches. It looks a bit like a twisted pretzel. It is very like the twisted pretzel, slightly different, but very like that, yes. I think they're all variations of a theme, to be honest. But you could also use a jelly roll for your background as well, because this is all 2.5, so it's nice and easy to use. So I've already cut my background fabrics for each quarter block like this. Okay, you will need 4 2.5-inch squares out of your background fabric, and you will need 2 2.5 by 4.5. Okay, and then I thought I'd cut the other ones with you, okay, the fabric ones, just because we don't do a lot of cutting and there's some newbie people with us, so I thought, well, I'll do some cutting so you can hopefully get some hints and tips. Start your fabrics before you cut, my lovelies, okay? It does make a difference. You get much more accurate cutting, okay? Doesn't matter whether you use Best Press or Starch Savvy or whatever. It is something that, does help a lot, okay? So you need 2 fabrics per block. So as you can see, I'm using scraps up. This is a really old Ruby Sara in my scrap box. I want 2.5-inch strips, so I'm going to cut it small enough. So I'll fold it up like that so I can keep it under my ruler. And I'm going to cut again, because I'm going to do it in multiples. I'm going to cut multiples of 2.5, so I've got my 5-inch line and make my first cut like that. So that's nice and straight. Flip that over and then I'm going to cut at the 5 first. So line up, horizontal line there, bridge your ruler, nice and firm pressure with your rotary cutter, and then we're going to go over like that and line up my 2.5 like that. Okay, so I've actually got 2 strips. I don't need 2 strips, only need 1, but that'll make another block. Okay, And then what I need from my strip of fabric is a 2.5 inch square. So I've already straightened the edge, so I'm fine just to cut a 2.5 like that. Okay, and then a 6.5. So like that. Now my ruler is 6.5 inches wide, and I could just do that and cut, okay? But I find that it's actually quite hard to, with the edge of the ruler, match the edge of the fabric. So I do tend to turn it so I can use the length of the ruler. It's much easier to line up the lines on the ruler than it is the edge. Okay, so turn the ruler so I've got 6.5 that way, like that. Okay, so that's what I'm going to need out of fabric 1. That again, I get another 2.5 out of that, wouldn't I, for another block? And then again with my second fabric, you need exactly the same from your second fabric. So again, I'm just going to very quickly give that a quick spritz and iron it out flat. Gorgeous fabrics. Thank you, Eileen. It's they're a ruby star. If you've ever been to the retreats, as you have, Eileen, you would know it. We sometimes the reps give us things on the head, what they call headers, which are these. So when they come around to show us fabrics, this is how they show us fabrics. And sometimes they're like big pieces of fabric. Sometimes they're little ones like this. But sometimes you get loads of fabric, and they give us these to put in the goodie bags. You get, as I'm sure Eileen will tell you, you get loads of fabric off them if you take them off the card. And that's what this was. I've done a whole quilt out of it, and these are the bits that are left. So I thought I'd make a couple of these blocks to do a couple of cushions to match the quilt. But yeah, loads of fabric on them, and they normally just throw them away. I'm like, don't throw them away. Give them to me. I'll use them. And I'm sure you ladies use them as well. I think some of the Project Linus ladies, Julia and Lorna, they made beautiful quilts out of one of their header pieces. Right, again, I need exactly the same out of my second fabric. So this is a 2.5, like that. Sorry about the noise, guys. Like I said, my builders are finishing up my kitchen. And a 6.5. I might actually have a kitchen back by the weekend. Okay, so that's everything we need, okay, for 1/4 block. All right, so I've got a 6.5 and 2.5 in one fabric, 6.5, 2.5 in a second fabric, and then I've got my background fabrics, which are 2 2.5 by 4.5 and 4 2.5 inch squares. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is each one of these pieces need, these coloured pieces need a 2.5 inch on the end, like that. Okay, so we're going to put a 2.5 inch on the end of all of those. Eileen, you're going to make some little crossbody bags for the ones I got at the tree. Oh, sorry, that was Jean. Sorry, lovely. I read the names wrong there. You're going to make some of the little crossbody bags from the ones you got at the retreat. Fabulous. Yeah, they're really useful. You get a really useful amount of fabric on them. You know, as long as you don't need, like, you're doing a specific pattern and you need an absolute right amount, then, oh, sorry, wrong foot on. I've just realised I haven't got my 1/4 inch foot on. Let's just whip that one off, put my new one on, put the 1/4 inch on, and just tell the machine, otherwise it won't like it. It'll go, what are you doing? It has saved me a lot of needles, though, I have to say. I love this feature, even though when you change it, you think, oh, I've got to change it on the computer, on the computer screen. I've saved so many needles by not smashing them on my 1/4 inches. So I'm going to chain piece all of these, right sides together. There we go. And we're just going to chain piece down all of these. So each of the coloured fabrics needs one of these. There we go, like that. And then that's my fabric number 2. There we go. Like, this is going to be a quick demo, by the way, today, guys. This block comes together super, super fast. And like I said, brilliant for jelly rolls. Absolutely amazing for jelly rolls. If you've got, or if you're good and you cut your scraps into, 2.5 inch pieces, this amazing for this. It comes together very, very quickly, and it's a really interesting block as well. So hopefully, we're back over here. Hopefully everything is still working. I did do a lot of messing about with it last night to try and make sure everything was Oh, I've got hiccups now as well, correct. Okay, right, so I'm going to press them all towards the coloured fabrics. So make sure you set your seam, and roll up, and roll up. There we go, and there, and roll up, and then that one there, and roll up on that one. Okay, so now the two longer pieces, that one and that one, you're going to leave like that. These two little ones, the little 2.5s, you're going to put the 4.5 on the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to put that one on like that one on like that, and stitch across. Okay, here we go. You love a quick block, and me. I love a block that comes together quickly. I'm not the most patient of people. I'm really not. And if I'm going to do a repetitive block, one that's, you know, over and over and over, I need to be able to chain piece it, and it needs to be quick. I don't mind. I love doing like complicated blocks, you know, where there's lots of different steps and things like that. But if I've got to do something over and over and over and over and over, it needs to be quick. Okay. Here we go. Like that. And then I tried to find the quilt top last night, but with all the builder work and all that's going on, I can't get into one of my cupboards. And I think it's in there. Because I did it with I think it was a Lewis and Irene jelly roll years and years. Did we open the shop? We might have opened the shop. I genuinely can't remember. But yeah, it was lovely, really, really lovely. Never quilted it though. Did the quilt top, but did the whole thing in this. Right. So my very first one on my left-hand side. This is how we're going to build it up now. I want my coloured fabric to be towards the bottom. Okay. Can you see you've got the 4.5 at the top here? This is towards the bottom. You're going to alternate the colours. So this one is then going to go like that next to it. Okay. So I've got background to background like that. These are different fabrics. My next long one is going to go the other way up. So my background fabric is down here on the bottom. Just move these over a weeny bit for you so that they can stay in camera shot like that. And then the other one, it's the same as that, but with the other fabric, where this one's at the bottom, this one goes at the top, like that. So what it looks like is that you've got an L shape going that way. So this is going underneath that one and poking out here. And then this one's going up like that and going underneath and poking out there. Okay, so they're kind of interlocked together. We're then going to put this together. So there's no nesting on this block as well, which again, brilliant for beginners. There we go, like that and like that. And we're going to stitch down those edges. Excuse me. So how are you all doing? Is everybody okay? Anybody? I see that Eileen's going off to craft group today, which is lovely. Anybody else got anything interesting happening? Don't forget, we've got the first session of my favourite colour is Moda quilt along happening tonight. You have still got time to join in. You can buy the pattern and access to the class for £25, or we have got a couple of kits left which are 110, and that includes your pattern and the access to the class. If you haven't yet joined the group, please do so, because the tutorials will only be available in that group. Okay, all the way down that one, like that. Nearly there. This is like this. Honestly, I'm going to be finished in about 3 minutes. Fast block. Back over we go. And then I'm going to iron them out towards this bigger fabric. Like that. For now. You can, when you put them all together, actually change it quite easily. The which way you iron them. And you get really good nesting then. Okay, like that. There we go. And then one final seam. Very boring payrolls and VAT returns. Looking forward to this evening. Oh, nice. Jean, you're playing in a golf competition. Oh, amazing. Amazing. Well, good luck. I hope you win. So last seam is this one here. So we're going to put those together and stitch that one together with 1/4 inch seam allowance. Okay, there we go. Oh, the joy of the VAT returns. I do not like them, Nikki, at all. I do not like them in the slightest. Here we go, all the way down. Like that. There we go. And that's this part of the block done. You just make this over and over and over. So we'll just iron out that seam once again, like that. Just press that out nicely. And there's your block done. Well, a quarter of your block done. Now, how you put it together, you make 4 of those. Okay, so you can see that's the same as that piece there. Okay, you'll see that's the same as there. So that would sit over like that. Now I chose to do mine with 2 and 2, so they're opposites. Okay, you could do it so that this is all the same, like that. So it looks like one block, one big square, like that, and then you've got different ones. So when you put other blocks together, you could do this block would be another square here, like that. So you can really colour plan it if you want to. Hi Natalie, how are you, love? You know, but you get that lovely sort of square interwoven look there. Sorry, this camera's got to be moved. Interwoven look like that. However, you can just, if I just do this, there's no reason at all why you can't use them as little blocks in your own right, in their own right. If I fold this up, so I've got 2. Looks like I've got 2. They look really cool and quirky as well. If you just do them like this, I would put a little tiny weeny bit of sashing in between. So if I lie that down so you can see like that, a little bit of sashing in between, and you can get, you know, it's another look to it. I like the fact you've just got that twist. If you put them on point, you know, so add some set-in triangles like that, it almost looks like sort of like a corkscrew type kind of look. Okay, so you can do, hang on, I don't know if I can get this in. I'm gonna have to get Phil, like, there we go. So you imagine that is, hang on, just putting some fake set-in triangles in. Okay, can you see? So you'd get that sort of lovely corkscrewy look. It's not high enough for you to see, sorry guys. But put some set-in triangles in, and there you get these lovely sort of like crossed kisses type things, which I quite like as well. So much easier than Twisted Pretzel, much easier than the Twisted Pretzel, absolutely lovely. So yeah, really nice little block, really nice and easily done. I'll come over to this one a second and hold this up for you, because you might actually be able to see it then, like that. You might be able to actually see it in total. There we go. There we go. You can actually, I'm going to make Phil change that camera for me. Hang on, that way. No, that way. I can't remember which way I've got to go now. That way, I think, to centre it. There you go. You can see it much easier like that. And that one block like that would sit, you just make 4. Okay? Really simple little block. Really easy make today. Get out those jelly rolls. And you, honestly, a quilt in an afternoon, you really would. This one's flickering now, isn't it? I'm getting flickering on this one. After all the others behaved, the front one's playing up. So yeah, you could genuinely, with like, if you've got a plain jelly roll and then a bright one, you know, a patterned one, hardly any cutting. Really nice and easy and quick to do. I will see those of you who are doing the Favourite Colours Moda quilt along tonight at 7 o'clock. I think I've worked out how to go live within a private group. I know we did it last time, but Facebook have changed everything, typically. But I will see you all at 7 o'clock. And if not, I'll see the rest of you next week. So Sarah is off. I'm hoping to do, definitely do Tuesday and Wednesday. If I've got time, I will do Thursday as well. But I need to have a little look what I've got going on in the shop, because Sarah's off for 2 weeks now. So I will let you know. But there'll definitely be lives at 1 and 7 next week on Tuesday and Wednesday. There might be one on Thursday. I'll see how I go. But, oh, hi Lynn. Oh, don't worry about being late, lovely. But I'm just off. Sorry, love. Real quick one today. Simple block. watch it back, okay? Anyway, take care, my lovelies. Oh, could you use a pattern for the background and a plane for the other bit? Absolutely. Why not? Yeah, that would look really funky, actually. Yeah, do it like a negative version, Jean. Don't want to see why not. Please do one and send me a picture so I can see what it looks like. But yes, absolutely, I think that would be really interesting. So, yeah, like a negative. Yeah, I like that. So, see you real soon, guys. Take care. Bye.